Right, last round. Afraid there's no silly voices today. I'm all out of silly voices to do, and also my throat's still really sore from all these series of colds I've been having. We're down to PG99's run, last one. It's one I think's got the potential to go all the way. It's going to be interesting. The only tank they've got is Poe, and he's pretty weak and wibbly, so he could get knocked over. I suppose that wouldn't be the end of the world. The core team is probably JTR and Resistance Trooper, maybe Scavray as well. She provides DPS, but not quite so many exposes. Though I suppose any critical hit provides an expose, so that's good. It'd be interesting to see whether Ewok Elder can provide those revives that we're hoping will keep this team going. I suppose I don't know whether he's one of those that wastes his revives on turns when there isn't anyone to revive, just for like minor health gain. But I don't know. But the other interesting thing about this team is it doesn't really have any notable gain in protection or health through the leadership ability. They've always got some health still, most of them, but no sort of serious levels of regen of anything. But there is an awful lot of TM, turn meter boosting from JTR's leads, so I suspect that'll certainly get them through the early levels. Can't see them getting any trouble at early doors. As you can see, they're not exactly struggling so far. Bits of protection being taken off. This is where I think they're vulnerable, is when Poe gets his taunt up, because he's not really a tank. He's gear 11, so he's got some tankiness, but he's not set up as a tank, really. It's always been an interesting part of his kit, I think, that move, which is basically there to give all the exposes and things like that. Also gives him a taunt, almost as a drawback, and I wonder if they actually designed it that way. You know, like Anakin's got his big AoE move, which gives him exposes on himself, which is obviously a drawback mechanism to make up for the move being potentially too powerful otherwise. I sometimes wonder if Poe's taunt is like that, and they're giving him taunt intentionally to give a drawback on the fact that he's got such a powerful move with all the exposes and things. Anyway, not really commenting on the action at the moment because nothing dreadfully exciting is happening. Team just breezing through. Of note, Poe has lost half his protection. Is that an issue? Probably not so far. There we go, he's got his taunt up again. He might take a small hit from Cloniers. Oh no, he's going to taunt. No problems for this one. So he got past node 3. No, not too many issues. I haven't really been stretched yet. Haven't had to see just what the team's capable of. What I call a professional performance so far. Just boshing their way through pretty fast, which is interesting, because of course, if this team does clear, it could come to a timeout battle, a time countback battle with the Revenant team, who were a bit slower, I think. Just because they were lower geared, I don't think they could kick out the DPS, whereas of course with all the exposes, this team is pretty fast. So we shall see. Not looking forward to doing countbacks on Dalara versus Idaya. I might just ask if someone could be a gent and concede the one who's probably got the slowest one. We'll see. Nice, made short work of those again though. Keep a note of Poe's health and protection. It's going down. I think he's only got a slither of protection left. When we get to perhaps node 6, we might start seeing that being taken advantage of. I mean, so far we've still not got anything dreadfully exciting to face. Vader lead with a load of stuff that has no synergy with Vader lead on node 5, so should be doing good so far. As I say, this I'd say has got a good chance of the clear. It's been an interesting tournament so far, really. I think the big surprises for me has been A, how far my team went. I didn't expect to go to node 12, and B, how relatively poorly Idaya's team did. I was expecting that Rebel team to go a lot further than node 9. Well, at least relative to everyone else. There we go. There's Poe. Lost all of his protection now. He's digging into his health. Boba Fett ignored taunt, which was to his detriment there. He could have done an execute on Poe and done some serious damage, but no, we got through to the first 5 nodes. Not too many troubles. Node 6, if it's a good team, this could be interesting. The thing is, a tanky team like Phoenix, which is what we get a lot of the time, it's not a particularly well balanced team. Tanky teams like Phoenix that you get a lot through Galactic War haven't got very good DPS, and this team is so fast they might be able to just sort of burst through them before they can do any serious damage, so maybe they'll be okay. We shall see. I mean, this node should be fine, I reckon. Ooh, Savage has got an awful lot of health and protection to blast through there. I don't think I saw him having a Zeta though, so he's probably going to be beatable. The taunt going up on KRU is interesting. If you look here, Resistance Trooper and Poe now both are lacking protection. And it looks like Scavray and Ewok Elder are not far off. If they target Poe, then I can see him going down this battle. If they target JTR, then they aren't going to get her down this battle. Oh, look at that, Resistance Trooper's very close. And he's been executed. That's interesting. And Ewok Elder's got ability block. If this team and Ewok Elder's nearly dead, in fact. Poe's taunt actually being clutch here because it's preventing Ewok Elder from being hit. And Ewok Elder has still got that ability block. He might have got... This is looking very dangerous for PG99's team. Could this be a This could be a massive shock. Node 6, and he's lost 3 of his team. He's got no way of reviving them now. It's just JTR and Scavray left. I think this team could well be coming last at this rate. What a shock. I was tipping these for a full clear, but it really doesn't look... I mean, if they do manage it now, what a win that would be. But Node 6 losing 3 of your team, did not see that coming. I suppose this goes to show the real power of having some regen and a decent tank in your team to just keep surviving. Because they were picked off one by one there. Poe, Resistance Trooper, Elder, just bang, bang, bang. So really exciting now to see what's going to happen. Just the 2 rays, 38k galactic power for this team. That's all that's left. Wow. Maybe this is the biggest shock of the tournament. I was saying Idaya's team not doing so well with the Rebels was a shock, but I think this is even bigger shock. I thought that PG99 drafted a really good team. It looks like Revan's going to take the day, though. I really can't see... I mean, even if they get through and somehow manage to clear from here, it's going to be tricky for them to do it fast enough to beat the Revan run, because they're just going to be slow, just the 2 of them. I mean, they're doing some damage still. It'd be interesting to see how far they can get, just the 2 of them. I mean, can they get further than Node 9 and beat Idaya and Delara? That would be hilarious with just 2 tunes. Scavray's got so much power and JTR's got so much DPS with those exposures that you never know. Look at them just bursting through. The other good thing about Scavray is she's got an awful lot of health steal. I quite like putting the the survivey thingy in P1 of HSTR of the Heroic Sith. Oh, Thrawn! I haven't really seen Thrawn yet with the Zeta. Anyway, I quite like putting the thing where they survive in P1 of the Heroic Sith raid on Scavray, because she goes down to 1 health, but then she recovers it all very, very quickly. The other interesting thing, of course, about this run is it's showing you, again, as if you needed to be told, how important BB-8 is normally to these teams. Look at this DPS. I mean, maybe the Ray sisters between them just have enough sheer damage to get through everything. I mean, Scavray in particular does have just a ton of DPS. That was silly there from Vader. If Vader had done his Culling Blade on Scavray, he should be dead by now. I mean, it's looking likely that she could go any... Ah, no. Good dodge. Another dodge. And there we go. It's just JTR now. And she's going to be going to Node 9. So we're going to have a 3-way tie, I think. Well, I'm assuming she's not going to get through Node 9. Maybe she will. But if she doesn't, we're going to have a 3-way tie between Idaya, Delara, and PG99 for people getting to Node 9 and no further. Let's see who... Oh, this is a tough team. I cannot see her getting past this. This is probably the hardest team on Node 9 we've seen. It's a Palp lead, proper synergy team. With the 22k galactic power of just JTR. I don't think she's lost any significant levels of health or protection, but still, this is surely going to be a step too far. Look at this team. We've got Palpatine, Nihilus, Sion, Thrawn, Vader. I mean, this is a proper arena team. I don't think she's going to take a turn at this rate. Well played, PG99. You got there fast, so you've got a chance on countback, to be honest. But Node 9 is where you end. So that's it. Thanks everyone for watching the Galactic Games. Hope you've had fun.